Anyway, the reason I bring this up, all right, is because this is my 15th anniversary as a content creator, and because we're having positivity and special events and all kinds of fun things going on. There is a concerted effort by those on the internet who benefit from my misery to try to create more drama and misery, all right? And I want to say a very special thank you to all of you this week, because this week you did not buy into the bullshit. And that's a great thing, that people now have seen through all of this nonsense, all right? Just to give you some perspective, in the last week, the nonsense that has happened, okay? So first of all, Jasper's going crazy here. First of all, I get donated a mini PC. I never asked for it. We had talked about a Steam Deck over the last year or so, but never once did I say, hey man, I want to donate it immediately, send it to me. Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money! Whoa! Someone out of the kindness of their heart contacted me and said, you know, with the things that it sounds like you can do with a PC like that, I want to donate one. And they did. And that's amazing. So immediately, what happens? These people try to make it into a negative, right? Oh, first of all, the PC obviously is a trap. It's a troll thing where someone put in like keyloggers and stuff. Then, oh, you see, Phil doesn't understand what the PC is. We're going to insult him on his streams because he thinks one thing, but it's another thing. And we're going to try to bait and trap him. We actually had people. So here's what you guys don't know. But because I don't talk about it publicly, okay? There's a good 15 or 20 people that are constantly on my streams who are sock accounts from previous accounts being on my streams, and they are a group that sit in a Discord and they chat with each other all day every day, talking about me, crapping on me, trying to make fun of me, trying to find ways to derail my streams and or create drama around me. I know that sounds weird to be like, no, that's got to be an exaggeration. No, it's very true. It's very true. Everyone knows it. We all seen evidence of it. It's not hard to figure out. All right, these people are crazy, they're obsessed, and they sit around literally plotting stuff. These are people who, in a lot of cases, used to be detractors, but they would be in the chat and pretend to be fans. Only over the years, then they would reveal themselves every once in a while when they just couldn't resist a big insult or derailing the stream or insulting another one of my viewers. For various reasons, they all have been banned. So they come back over and over with sock accounts, okay? And the thing is, they don't think I know it. But the thing is, there's a couple things that you can always tell. Number one, they all talk the same. They all have the same mannerisms, the same sayings. They reference the same memes. A lot of them have the same kind of type that they type the same way. You can tell if it's the same person easily. It's not a big difference to figure this out, especially if it's a regular who's in the chat all the time, always on a sock account. That's number one. Number two, what they don't realize, which I've talked about before, is that they don't even like each other. There's people who sit in their Discord channels and actually tell me about what they're talking about. Like if they're planning to do something, I know about it ahead of time because people tell me. I don't ask about it. I literally don't even know who these people are, but I'll get emails and messages saying, hey, Phil, just so you know, this idiot is doing this, and just to, prepare yourself because they might try to derail your stream or there might be something going on with, this or that behind the scenes. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, thanks for telling me, I don't care about it. I don't follow it. It's good to have the heads up.
DSP cult leader.
So what they don't even know is that I know who they all are, all right? And they consistently get banned and come back and get banned and come back for various different reasons. Like I said, sometimes they try these drama efforts and things and it doesn't work, so they get banned and they come back with another account. So this week, one of these things happened where an idiot, one of them, this is someone who had already had 3 previous accounts at least. It might have actually gone back further than that. But this person had purposefully tried to do a situation where it's a gotcha moment. I got to find a gotcha moment on Phil's streams where I can make him look bad, right? So I'm talking about this new mini PC that showed up, and I don't really know anything about mini PCs. I'm talking about things that people are telling me. I'm getting emails every night. Hey, here's what I think about your PC. I did some research. Here's what I learned. So I'm just talking about that on my pre-streams. And again, my pre-streams are not meant to be like an end-all be-all authority informative discussion about any equipment I'm using or anything like that. This is not Linus Tech Tips, right? This is not Digital Foundry doing frame rate testing. This is just me talking on a podcast to you guys casually, all right? But anytime that these idiots can try to get someone in a gotcha moment, they'll do it. So, oh, I gotcha. See, you misspoke about this about the PC. You misspoke about that about the PC. And then because I don't outright address it, right? Now I'm somehow in the wrong, right? Or someone shows up late to my stream and is demanding that I derail the entire stream to go back and talk about a topic about that mini PC that was at the beginning of the stream, right? So I make light of it, I joke around, and everyone laughs and has a good time. So what do? Oh my God, did you see the joke that Phil made about a viewer who was trying to give him information about his PC? That didn't happen. It's the same fucking troll who's been in this chat a million times, always trying for the gotcha moment. It's worthless. From the moment that the moment that the mini PC arrived, correct? What is the first thing I said? This is just broken as fuck. I'm going to hook it up on Sunday night and test it for myself. And once I test it, we'll have the end-all, be-all information about this PC. We won't know till I hook it up. We can all sit here and speculate and we can read stats online. But until I actually hook it up and test it and benchmark it myself, we won't know anything. That's the first thing I said. So then why are there people coming to stream arguing with me about the power of the PC, if it's going to overheat, if it has a fan in it? Who cares? We'll find out when I test it on Sunday. Why? Because these are trolls trying to get you in a gotcha moment, you see? Now, here's the truth. Jasper, you got to get down now. You're being silly. Here's the truth. They're trying to basically derail my content, right? Because what I should have done if I was smart, which I'm not, I'm too nice of a guy, I should never entertain their bullshit. I should take their bullshit and say, all right, you know what? Just ban. I don't want to deal with you anymore. Just ban your ass. I'm not going to pay attention to you, right? But instead, I entertain it. I read the comments nicely. I treat them like normal stream members because I'm trying to be nice and open and maintain a positive atmosphere on my streams. I don't want people to think that I'm hostile to people for no good reason when I very well have a good reason to be hostile to these people. They've already been banned multiple times. So basically, you know, they try to turn this into, oh, see, Phil disrespects his fans and Phil doesn't care and he doesn't listen and then he treats them badly. It's like, none of that happened. Literally none of it. But this is the white noise they try to create, the drama around my streams. So I've completely ignored it, and guess what? Nothing's happened. It's good that I've ignored it because it was all bullshit to begin with. I tested out my mini PC on Sunday night, and I found out it's okay. It can play some 3D stuff, but not at high settings. You can go around low to mid settings. Like Skyrim didn't look great. Visage didn't look great. They certainly ran. They're playable. But they didn't look good. It's like, well, I'm probably not going to use this thing then to do any modern games. It's probably going to be retro games and stuff like that, which is exactly what I said at the beginning of all of this, before a moment of anyone coming on my stream and declaring, oh, it has the capability to do this, it has the capability to do that, it has a fan and it has this. Before any of that, I said, it's just going to be, you know, very basic. That's what it's going to be. And God, by the way, that's exactly what it is. So, actually, I was right all along, but, you know, you would have known that. I just waited till Sunday night for me to test it. But that's the problem. These idiots, right, who totally want to essentially be jerks and try to derail my content. But that was only one of the things that happened this week, okay? Earlier this week, we sat down on my podcast and we talked about Mortal Kombat 1 coming up and the future of fighting games on my streams, correct? And we're sitting there talking, and I'm like, listen, we found out Mortal Kombat 1 has a beta coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. People want to see me play the beta. They've outright expressed, we want to see you play this beta. But then come to find out, the Mortal Kombat 1 beta is not cross-platform. In fact, Mortal Kombat 1 itself will not be cross-platform at launch. NetherRealm has said that they are going to patch in cross-compatibility later on, which means whatever format or platform you buy Mortal Kombat 1 for, you're stuck with the player base on that format until they patch in cross-compatibility, which we don't know when that's going to be. They didn't promise anything yet, okay? So we already know statistically from Street Fighter 6, almost no one is buying fighting games on Xbox. Street Fighter 6 had like 80 to 85% of the console player base buy the game on PS5, and only 10 to 15% bought it on Xbox. So can you imagine, if I buy MK1 on Xbox and I try to play it on there, I'm going to have like the same people playing me every time. It'll be boring as shit, always playing the same couple of people who are available per region or whatever. It'll be very boring. You don't want to fight the same players every single time you're playing a fighting game, especially a new game. You want to be playing a variety of players, a variety of comp, a variety of characters, and that wouldn't happen if I bought it on Xbox. So we had the discussion, what do I do? Because if I buy it on PS5, that's all well and good. Problem is, my joystick on PS5 is very old. It's a 9-year-old joystick that I've been using ever since the beta of Street Fighter V came out. So when you've used the joystick that long, the components are worn out. It's not going to be as responsive as I want it to. Plus, it's an old joystick. It probably does have a significant amount of input lag. It's not like a modern joystick where they've tried to design that out of the stick. 8 years ago, it actually wasn't that big of a concern. So after having talked about it, basically I presented a situation to the audience on my podcast. I said, I'm seriously considering converting all my fighting games over to PS5. Even though we've now been playing Street Fighter 6 for 2 to 2.5 months on Xbox and it's worked fine, I feel like moving everything to PS5 is the better option. That overall, quality of life, having fighting games on PS5 just makes more sense. Games like Mortal Kombat 1, Tekken 8, and others in the future are likely going to have their major player bases on PS5, and this will future-proof me. I won't have to worry about, oh no, it's not cross-platform, and now I'm stuck with a tiny player base. In addition, taking a look at availability of components and things, it looked like PS5 had quite a lot of great joysticks made for it, that I could probably get a joystick that's top-notch, top of the line, and give me the absolute best controls when I'm playing these games online, which it seems like there's a desire for me to have since I'm doing so well in Street Fighter 6. So I presented the case to my audience. If I do a big investment, all right, I would like your support, meaning, hey, if someone wants to contribute to help me with this, please do. They said, Phil, we contribute to you, but it always seems like it's a black hole because it always seems like no matter how much we contribute, you're always still having problems. You're always still in debt and nothing's getting better. I agree with you. Or if you like this content, please continue to support all of my fighting game streams. The last thing I would want to do is invest a lot and then all of a sudden the attention dwindles and now I wasted all that money because I'm not playing fighting games anymore. Or I'm trying to play fighting games, but the streams aren't doing well. So, oh my God, there you go. I invested hundreds and hundreds of dollars and, it didn't go to a good reason. It didn't go to a good thing. I could have put it into something else, right? So that's essentially what I've been saying. I never outright asked anyone to buy me anything, to get me a joystick or anything like that. Never happened, okay? It doesn't matter what people say or misconstrue. I never outright said, hey, buy me a joystick, man. Never happened, okay? So over the weekend, I was considering what to do. And I basically made a big decision. I made a big decision over the weekend. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to make the investment. It's a lot of money because it's a joystick that's hundreds of dollars. I have to rebuy Street Fighter 6 on PS5. I have to get PlayStation Plus, which is, I got the yearly annual thing, so it's way cheaper if you get it annually. So I paid for the annual thing. And in addition to that, I'm going to get Mortal Kombat 1 on PS5 now, so that's coming up in the next, week. I have to pre-order that. So all that, all in all, when you add it up, it's over $500. It's over $500 to do all this, okay? So I said, I'm just going to do it. Let's do it. So I do it, all right? And immediately, when I announce to everyone that I've done this, what happens? My viewers are like, oh, cool. So now we're gonna see everything on PS5. You're going to have a new joystick. This is cool. But what do the haters do? Oh my God, he spent money? How dare Phil spend money? I'm serious. Like, they actually think I'm not allowed to spend any money. Because in their minds, they're still set on me years and years ago being in financial distress all the time, right? Remember, years and years ago when I went through a bankruptcy and I had to hold streams to pay bills. It's true. It absolutely happened. It's documented. It's public. I did it. I had to do it at that time. I was desperate. If I didn't do those things, I wouldn't have been able to make ends meet and keep everything that I had. I was in jeopardy of defaulting on payments on important things. Things aren't like that anymore, all right? And I'm happy that things aren't like that anymore. Things have been getting progressively better every year since then. The thing is, I'm not talking about it constantly, because why would I? This has nothing to do with anyone's public business. It's just my behind-the-scenes life, and my streams are what they are, and you support them, and that's that. No one should care about what I'm spending dollars on. It's ridiculous. But that's how these people are, okay? It's absolutely ridiculous. And I've had enough of people trying to treat me unfairly when everyone else, it's okay. But for me, it's not. I can't spend $1 on anything, right? Even when it's investment in the business. It's not like, oh, Phil frivolously went out and bought a fucking Gucci watch. Or, he went out and he has a new car. I'm buying equipment for my content. But that's not good enough. That's not allowed. So the first thing is, oh, how dare Phil go out and spend all that money and beg for people to pay for it. Never happened. Literally never happened, right? And then it's, well, how dare Phil spend that money if he said he didn't have it? Never happened. Didn't say I didn't have the money. Said it's a big investment and I'd like to make it back. I'd like the buy-in that people will support the fighting game content. If you like the fact that I invested in it, please support the streams. So, today I'm doing Street Fighter 6 all day. By all means, please support the stream. Throw a tip, donate some gifted memberships. That will help to give back for all the investment I just did. You understand? That's what I'm saying. I didn't say, hey, someone buy me a fucking joystick and ship it to my house. That never happened. All right? Never. Okay?
Right now on KO Gaming, I have over 5,000 subscribers. If half of those subscribers gave $1 a month, right? Which is nothing. What, a pack of gum? That would be a tremendous help to me. $1 helps. I'm not kidding you. It really does.
So, that narrative is destroyed. So now they move on to the next narrative. What's the next narrative? Oh, well, you see, even though Phil invested in his business, that's bad. He should have bought a blood test for his cat because his cat is sick. What? So just listen to this narrative, all right? Last month, I told a one-off story on my podcast that I went to a vet, and this vet was very unprofessional and tried to scam me. I was never invited into the room when my cat was being examined medically. I was told a bunch of stuff about my cat that I had no clue if it was true or not, no evidence if it was ever shown. I was trying to be upsold by this vet who looked completely unprofessional and wasted my time that day. I told you if you want, you can watch the podcast, like a month old now, okay? And essentially, I was very upset with the way I was treated at this vet, and that was that. Now, what you guys don't know is in the meantime, there's been follow-up. I'm not going to tell you because it's no one's business. We had an actual meeting with this vet, not the vet, but the company that owns that vet clinic. And we talked with the management about it and explained the entire situation from start to finish. And the management agreed with us that this seemed like the entire thing was wrong, that the vet was not doing what they professionally should have done, that it was completely unprofessional. Yes, they were trying to upsell us on a $300 blood test that is not needed on our cat. We were outright told, yeah, you're right, that your cat did not need that blood test. You were being told lies because we were told Jasper needed a $300 blood test in order to find out if he has any kind of problems with his urinary tract. No, he doesn't. We know this for a fact because years ago, he went to a vet, like four or more years ago. He went to a different vet, and that vet did not do a blood test and immediately diagnosed him with a urinary problem and gave him antibiotics. So we know he doesn't need it. And the management of this vet clinic agreed with us that this vet was in the wrong. This was 100% this vet trying to outsell to make money. And they said, number one, you're never going to have to deal with that vet ever again. If you continue to have business with us, you will never deal with that vet ever again. We're going to sit down with that vet and explain to them why that was completely in the wrong and make sure they don't treat another customer like that ever again. Right? So we had that conversation with the vet. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys that because who cares? It's none of your business. Who cares about that? Right? Doesn't matter. But these idiots, all right, literally these idiotic trolls on the internet actually think that they're vets. And they say, you see, if a vet tells you that you should have a $300 blood test for your pet, you should just do it. And the fact that you wouldn't do that for Jasper, but you bought a joystick instead, shows that you don't love your pet. I'm not shitting you. This is what these idiots are saying and doing. They're morons. They're completely fucking insane. They will do anything to create a false conspiracy theory narrative to try to make me look bad so they have content to put out. And they've been trying all week long with first it was the mini PC bullshit. Then it was this joystick thing. Then it was a Jasper thing. It's insane. I had someone come to my stream last night, all right, and contribute and say, I hope that this helps Jasper. And I said, what are you talking about? And come to find out, they actually had watched detractor content and thought that Jasper was sick because the detractors are lying and saying horrible things. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So all I want to say to you guys is thank you, because here's the deal. If you haven't noticed this week, despite the fact that these idiotic people are constantly trying to say negative things about me and my content, none of it has affected me or my content this week. The content's been good. The people are showing up to watch and enjoying. We're keeping the drama out of the chat, and the support's been good. You know, I have zero complaints. Everything has remained great, and I have no complaints whatsoever about anything. I want to say thank you because you've been an outstanding audience this week. With all the white noise bullshit that these idiots are pushing out there, all the false narratives, you have done a great job of just staying here and relaxing and enjoying the content for what it is, all right? When he's doing this shit, he's just money, 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 man. In fact, I received an email this morning, and I know it's an amazing coincidence, because all this is going on, and all of a sudden I get an email that is so pertinent that I wanted to read it here live on the stream today. And I'm not going to read this person's name, obviously for privacy reasons, all right? So, here, you ready? This is word for word an email that was sent to me this morning. Hello, Phil. I just want you to know I originally found you through troll content. I still keep up with some of it here and there. From what I am seeing, you are becoming more and more admirable every day, so allow me to explain. Number one, the fact that they are constantly doing crazy amounts of mental gymnastics and logic jumps to spin new narratives is becoming increasingly laughable with every passing day. Number two, they're becoming more angry and jaded as their narrative continues to fail and negatively affect you or sway people away from supporting you. Number three, the content you put out is some of the most consistent and well thought out content I think I have ever consumed. I will say, I appreciate that comment. That's very subjective. Personally, I don't think that I'm hot shit. I don't. But it's nice to know someone likes the content. And number four, you clearly care about what your viewers think. The trolls and LARPers, I don't know what he means by LARPers, think it's cool or funny when they persuade or trick you into playing something that your general actual fans probably wouldn't care that much about. In reality, that shows that you're thinking about your fans and viewers to a greater extent. It was your consideration, or excuse me, your considerate nature that they're just taking advantage of. And the reason that I read that to you guys is because I just want you guys to understand that that means the world to me when I get a message like that. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough. I'm loving the content. If you don't know what he's talking about, by the way, or she, because I don't know, it's like when I do a poll. So I'll do a poll, and the poll will be, hey, you know, what game would you guys like to see? And, you know, I get a voting, and then I play the game, and everyone's like, well, we don't know why you played that game because we didn't care, right? And I'm like, well, I polled. Like, all I can do is try to get public opinion. That's the best way to do it, right? But what people say is whenever I try to do a public poll, these idiots come and they try to skew the poll to the way that they think that it benefits them. Like a game they don't think people would actually like to see, right? Or a game that will only work for one stream and then will fail or something like that. I don't know. Again, most of the time when I do a poll, it's because I actually don't know what's going on. I don't know what's best for the streams. That's why I ask you guys for your input, right? Anyway, I'm loving your content. They say that you make detractors out of your fans. Well, this is one detractor that you actually made, and I hope that this message finds you well. So, thank you very, very much. That's a really nice message, and it just kind of stands to reason, okay, that as long as you stay the course, and as long as you don't allow yourself to be distracted by all of the white noise bullshit around you, you can continue to succeed in life, right? And that is really my philosophy these days. This week, people tried so hard to derail the content and to make it all about them and the drama they created, and it didn't work. People showed up, enjoyed the content. We didn't talk about their bullshit, and here we are at the end of the week. It's been a great week, moving forward positively. You know, good stuff. Thank you. So that's why I want to thank you, the viewers, because those of you who stay away from their bullshit, for those of you who listen to their bullshit, you know, I feel bad because I don't create the bullshit. They do. You know, some people genuinely contacting me overnight saying, is Jasper okay? Yeah, he's fine. He's not sick. There's nothing to be concerned about. It's scumbags making stuff up to try to create drama, and people sadly believe it. And I get it. You guys love Jasper as much as I do. He's a cute guy. He's on the streams. He's a great part of the content. He's a great part of my life. Like I said, I think of him like a son. I want him to be a healthy cat, and he is. Thankfully, he's a healthy cat. Trust me, if there was something wrong with Jasper, we would be at a vet. Probably not that vet that just scammed us, but we would be at a vet or an emergency clinic or whatever it needed to be. In fact, we've done that before. One time we sat at an emergency clinic for 5 hours. Just saying. Did you know about it? No, because I don't want people to be concerned. But, you know, shit happens. I have Alzheimer's. I sold Jasper into slavery. Oink, oink, oink. I'm a pig. So, please, don't entertain nonsense, all right? And I'm going to do my best, okay, to make sure that the nonsense doesn't permeate my streams and my content. And what do I mean by that? If I see someone who's trolling, if I see someone who I know is a sock account, if I see someone who I know is trying to derail in a toxic way, I'm going to moderate and I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to bring to anyone's attention. I'm not going to say, oh, fuck you, motherfucker, in the chat and ban them. I'm just going to say, ban and buy, and I'm not going to say a word, okay? That way, it doesn't derail the content. Because I think what happens is when I do that, then, oh, that's the rise that people are looking for. Oh, I got the reaction.
PP Pants Boy sent me $3 and your beard is weird. Well, thanks, dude. You're a weirdo, too.
The hell?
So I'm not going to give them that satisfaction. I'm just going to see it. Okay, bye. Bloop. Done. And I continue on. And we don't pay any attention to the nonsense. And I'm going to say this. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If you see me moderating, don't ask why someone was moderating. Because number one, it's actually none of your business. It's not your business. It's mine. And number two, you're giving attention to the trolls by doing that. That's exactly what they want. They want a discussion over it. Okay? So please understand there's a reason why I'm doing things the way I'm doing it. You know, we get newcomers who come into the chat all the time. Just the other day there was one. He says, wow, Phil, you know, I'm a newcomer to your content. I can't believe you have 24-hour sub mode on your chat. Do you understand how deterrent that is to newcomers? And I said, I completely agree with you. But you don't know what we've been through. You weren't here for that first month when I came to YouTube 2.5 years ago. And how the trolls came in here with bot accounts and were ridiculously spamming the chat with toxic stuff till we got the sub-only mode. And the moment we did, it put an end to all of it.
And then you people, well, Phil's a toxic streamer. No, you tried to make me look like that.
It's much better to have to wait 24 hours and then be able to talk in a nice environment than to have to sit here in a toxic environment where 90% of the people talking are bot idiots spamming gross stuff. So, it's the thing. People don't get it, and that's fine. You don't have to get it. I've been doing this now for 2.5 years full-time on YouTube. I know how it rolls. So understand, I kind of know what I'm doing. Sorry that things get derailed. Sorry that idiots try to create white noise narratives outside the streams. If you just stay here with me and you chill with me and we have a good time together, none of that shit matters. Don't watch the bullshit periphery around on YouTube. The idiots getting clickbait views and being toxic. In reality, none of it should exist. But YouTube allows it. They say, sue those people to stop them. Oh, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be Mr. Frivolous Lawsuit. And I'm going to slap lawsuits around on every idiot on the internet who benefits from making fun of me. No. I'm going to sit here and make good content for my viewers. That's all I care about. Okay?
Thank you very, 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 very much. Really.